So Chervil is a crop that I don't see in a lot of farms, but you guys are growing it and it looks super healthy.
Thank
So
you.
I'm curious on what you've learned about that crop, who you kind of sell it to, seeding rates, all that jazz.
Yeah. So again, mostly chefs for the specialty. Just a few trays right now, but I get a good yield. I get a good maybe 5 ounces a tray. I would say close to 10, 11 grams of seed per tray. And I don't cover with soil, but I do stack it. And if you're growing cilantro at the same time, you could stack it. It germs the same for me. So I keep it stacked, no weights, for about 6 days.
Okay.
6 to 7 days, keep it stacked.
And that really helps get the seed
And
holes
that really
off?
helps get the seed holes off, but also helps it germ a little bit more. It just needs like a little bit longer, I think, stacked to germ. You always want to check it, make sure it's growing well, there's no mold or anything. I think maybe the vermiculite might be better, so you don't have to keep checking it every day. So I would stack it, and then I use these. This is actually Chervil as well, which I'll move over here, that was just taken out. And I use these humidity domes to help shed more of the seed holes off. So you get like this condensation. You'll see this is kind of, this is dry. But when you hit this condensation, this is when I would take it off to dry off.
Got it.
And that's when you'll see more of the seed holes start to pop off.
So they'll pop off on their own from just that extra
from the
moisture.
extra moisture and then drying.
Yeah.
And then also just kind of hitting the top of the tray. You could see the tray even
Yeah, you can even see some seed holes.
Some of them like on the
popping
tray,
off.
just kind of. So when it's touching, when you see this condensation, that's when I know it's time to take it off and then just continue with the grow, and then it'll keep growing to this size.
And you found
this is ready for harvest.
The combination of the two helps to get more of the seed holes off than just doing one or the other.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
And I think going back to the soil, most like Pro Mix, I don't know if I would recommend doing the cover because it's just going to get really it's more likely to get moldy.
Yeah.
But you found a really good soil that doesn't contribute to.
And I don't have to cover a lot of the crops I found.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some that I do need to, like the bull's blood, and there's some I want to play with. Like even though I don't cover the cilantro, I might play with the vermiculite to get even more of the seed holes off. So like this is good. This is another seed tray that's good to go. That's gonna come off, and you could see
this is
cilantro. I'm sorry. Yep, we moved on to cilantro.
And then you can see even more seed holes are coming off.
More
here.
seed holes.
Yeah.
This is I think I do. What do I do per tray? Because I use the seeder now, so I know the roller and the wheel. But when I was hand seeding, I think it was close to 30, like 25, 30, closer to 30 grams per tray.
And they're using, it looks like using the whole seed or monogerm? Or like
the monogerm. I purchased the monogerm.
Okay. Johnny's as well?
Johnny's,
okay.
Yeah.
Chervil, Johnny's.
Chervil between Johnny's and True Leaf, actually. So surprising, the True Leaf actually has some good seed for Chervil.
Amazing.
And I go through it quick too. I don't buy like a huge bag, so I go through it fast.
Yeah.
So it's not sitting as long. But then so the same thing with the cilantro. I keep it stacked for 6 or 7 days. When it comes out, I cover it. When it gets to this condensation, I take it off, just to help shed some more of the seed holes. And then you'll see this is actually ready and like good to go for this week. That most of the seed holes have obviously have shed off.
Yeah. So the combination of the two, the weight and because I often. The weight, some people say it works, some people say it.
I don't weight it.
Oh, you don't weight cilantro?
Yeah, I don't weight cilantro either. And that's why I'm thinking maybe even the vermiculite might help even more with the seed holes, where maybe I wouldn't need to keep the tray on as long, the humidity don't. So I'm going to play around with it.
Yeah, and this is the great part about being a farmer is like you get to these experiments and you get the answer in like a week or two.
Yeah,
you know, like you don't got to wait like, if you're a tomato grower, it can take you years to figure out the recipe. So and it's nice that you're still experimenting, still trying to find new ways to do things better.
Yeah, and the last fun crop is the cantaloupe, the micro cantaloupe here, which I grow exactly like sunflower. So I would say though the density is, maybe 40 to 50 grams per tray.
Okay. It's pretty low, actually.
It is pretty low. Yeah, probably closer to 50, I would say, for that.
Would you say this is
because they get super large. They get larger than this when it's ready. This is very young.
Okay, so this is still pretty young.
So this is still very young, and they get very much larger than the sunflower. The leaves.
Yeah.
Similar, probably around the same size, but definitely larger. And it's like you have to time the harvest right, because if you wait too long, they get really bitter. If they're very young, they're very potent, but yeah, no, it's a fun, refreshing.
The flavors, so I tried some earlier. It's like such it's literally like tasting cantaloupe without sweetness. The first bite you get.
Yes, or like closer to the skin, right? Like right there a little bit, not like the top.
And then so using the same soil for all the crops.
Same soil for all the crops.
And then with the yields on the cilantro and cantaloupe.
Cilantro, I get close to probably 6 or 7 ounces.
Oh wow, okay.
A tray, probably average 6. And the cantaloupe, gosh, I just put it back in for my summer mix, but I would say close to maybe 12 ounces a tray.
So not as much necessarily as sunflower?
Not as much as sunflower.
But still pretty good yield.
It's very delicate. It's much more delicate and less hardier, the stem. So, and it doesn't like a lot of moisture. So this will go much faster in the fridge if there's any condensation, almost like a specialty. Where like sunflower is a little hardier, it can kind of withstand a little more condensation.
Yeah.
This one you have to be careful with the condensation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you still use the greens harvest, quick greens harvester for these?
Yeah.
So that's one thing a lot of people are like, you can't use it on delicate crops, but use it on amaranth, on beets, on
basil. As long as the height is good, then I mean, the Chervil I would still probably cut by hand because it's only 3 trays and it can get stuck, like it could pull a little bit because it is very delicate. Yeah. But I've tried it through the harvester, no problem too. It's just more of like I only grow a certain amount, so like if it does pull in the harvester, it could affect. So I just get nervous with that. Totally. But some stuff I definitely do cut by hand. Okay. But the majority is through the harvester.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if anyone's on the fence, it's definitely it's something that it just saves so much time.
Saves so much time, especially for the bulk stuff.
Yeah. Totally. If you just pop through 3 trays or 5 trays or 10 trays of something, and it's the same time as cutting 1 tray. Like harvest days are a big bottleneck for Microgreens farms. So amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing us these crops. This was amazing. Sure. Thank you.